Hello, this is Fastech. I'd like to introduce Fastech's EtherCAT network products. There are 9 types of EtherCAT products: standard type, mini type, multi-axis type, all-in-one type of closed-loop stepping system, and standard type, mini type, multi-axis type of open-loop stepping system. Last one, there is diesel I/O module. There are many types of products, so we can give you a total EtherCAT solution. This is the sales volume of the Fastech EtherCAT products. As you may know, EtherCAT products are international standard, making them the fastest growing and expanding network products worldwide. As you can see, from 2014 to the present, more than 20,000 axes have been sold. As you can see from the graph, sales volume is increasing except 2019, when the economy was not good, which means the EtherCAT is spreading rapidly in the global markets, including Korea, Asia, and Europe. It is the result of what I am saying. There are Fastech EtherCAT products listed on the EtherCAT Technology Group, the world's largest EtherCAT organization. If you connect to the ETG official website and search for Fastech, you can check the EG Servo 2 EtherCAT, EtherCAT 4X, EtherCAT All, and EasyIO EtherCAT are listed on the product list. As you can see, only one product called EG Servo 2 EtherCAT has been officially certified by the ETC, which is the EtherCAT Test Center in Nuremberg, Germany. But the functions based on this conformance verification have been applied to other products as well. Even though Fastech received conformance verification from ETC, but there are still various EtherCAT master controllers in the market, such as Berghoff, Omlon, ACS, Elmo, Trio. Thus, in cooperation with Fastech and the EtherCAT master company, an actual conformance test was conducted and verified. To ensure that there is no problem in running between the master and slave used by each customer, we have verified the connection method with various masters and whether the EtherCAT function is operating. The details will be explained with an example in the next slide. As you can see, we've already got conformance test reports. We've sent demonstration to these master companies and they've tested conformance with their master and our EtherCAT slave. This is the actual report from each master company. For users who are new to our products, we prepared a manual for connecting the master and slave. For example, registration of ESI file and so on, which can be downloaded from the website. Here's the example of actual conformance test report. This is a report written after testing by G. Dixon, a master company called Trio Motion Technology in the UK. Tests were conducted for each evaluation item, and this is the result. Therefore, if this conformance test result report is delivered to customers who use the Trio Master, Fastech EtherCAT products can be used well without any concern about conformance. Next, let's look at the connection manual. This is the connection manual for between MC4N, the EtherCAT master of Trio, and Fastech EtherCAT slave. Since this connection manual describes the connection procedure by capturing the actual master screen, you can easily and trouble-free connection by setting it according to this connection manual without reading the master connection manual. EtherCAT connection manual can be downloaded from Fasttek website. Fasttek EtherCAT products have general purpose input and outputs that user can use. Therefore, it is not necessary to use a separate I/O module and cost reduction is possible. User input is the number of inputs that can be used by the user except for origin, limit plus, and limit minus. And the user output is the number of outputs that can be used by the user except for break. You can use I/O without a separate I/O module through the I/O terminal of the drive. For example, EasyServer to EtherCAT can use 7 user inputs in addition to 3 fixed inputs origin, limit plus minus, and 6 user outputs in addition to 1 fixed output break. The input-output that the user wants, such as sensor, can be used only with a Fasttek EtherCAT drive without a separate I/O module. From now on, I will explain about Fasttek EtherCAT products. Fasttek currently has 9 types of EtherCAT products. There are 5 types product of closed-loop stepping system, standard, mini, multi-axis, and all-in-one. There are 3 types products of open-loop stepping system, standard, mini, multi-axis. And there is EtherCAT I/O products. In the next chapter, I will briefly explain the feature of each product. The first product is the standard product EasyServo to EtherCAT. First of all, I will explain the combination model name of the motor and drive of the EasyServo to EtherCAT product as an example. In EasyServo to EC, EC means the product using the EtherCAT network. 42 means 42 mm motor frame size, and XL means motor length. A means a product with 10,000 PPR encoder applied. Motor size refers to the dimension of this part, which is the size of the front part. Selectable from NEMA 8, which means 20 mm, to NEMA 34, which means 86 mm. Motor length means this part, and there are small, medium, large, and extra large. The lengths you can select depending on the motor size. The encoder resolution can also be selected as shown in the table. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Please refer to the catalog for details. EasyServo to EtherCAT is an EtherCAT-based closed-loop stepping system product. Supports CIA 402 drive profile, a standard profile for drive control. It supports CSP mode, which controls the position by receiving the target position that the slave should go to every cycle from the master. Profile position mode, which is a simple movement command, and homing mode, which is an origin search command. The minimum cycle time is 0.25 millisecond. As mentioned earlier, the conformance test was completed by the EtherCAT Technology Group, and the conformance was verified by conducting actual tests with various master companies, which is an advantage of Fasttek. High-resolution encoder is attached to enable precise position control. It depends on the motor size, but up to 20,000 resolution encoders can be used. Due to characteristic of the stepping motor, it does not require a separate gain tuning, which can reduce maintenance efforts. For example, the motor can be operated without gain tuning after power on. Since the holding torque is large, there are no vibration after stopping compared to the servo. In general, when controlling a stepping motor, heat is a problem because the maximum current follows regardless of the load. But since easy servo controls the current according to the load, like a servo, it can relatively suppress heat generation compared to the existing stepping motor. As mentioned earlier, the minimum cycle time of the Fastech EtherCAT product line is 0.25 milliseconds. Looking at other companies' stepping motors, the minimum cycle time for one axis product is 0.25 milliseconds, and for four axis products, the minimum cycle time is 0.5 milliseconds. Other manufacturers' EtherCAT slave minimum cycle times are as follows. The following is the minimum cycle time for EtherCAT master products. Each company is trying to reduce the minimum cycle time for high precision motion control. We refer to each company's specification table. In synchronous control, if the cycle time is small, smooth and high precision control is possible. But if the cycle time is large, smooth operation is not possible. Depending on the requirement of the machine, stepping motor and servo motor are often used together. In this case, the cycle time should be used in accordance with the large one. For example, even if the minimum cycle time of the master and servo drive is 0.25 milliseconds, if the cycle time of the step driver is 0.5 milliseconds, the minimum cycle time should be 0.5 milliseconds. Therefore, the smaller the cycle time of the EtherCAT master and EtherCAT slave, the smoother control is possible. I will show you demonstration of actual running Fastech EtherCAT product using various EtherCAT masters. The first video is a demonstration showing a high-speed, short-pitch motion by crossing the circle plate with two axes of Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT using an EtherCAT master of Berghoff in Germany. A plate with 8 small follows was attached to the two motor shafts, and the follows were vertically engaged. This is the product name used in this demonstration. While the two motors operate in high-speed, short-pitch motion, you can see the follows are engaged without collision. This operation is possible because accurate position control through a high-resolution encoder and the characteristic of a stepping motor without hunting. This is a demonstration of controlling a Delta robot with Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT using Parker's PAC controller. It is the characteristic of the stepping motor that has the maximum force when stopped, so you can control the Delta robot without a gearbox. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. In general, servo motors are used a lot for Delta robots. However, when using a servo motor, most of the motors are driven by attaching a gearbox due to the characteristic of the servo that generate the smallest force when stopping. Stepping motors have a holding torque that generates the maximum force when stopped, so the robot can be directly connected to the motor shaft without a gearbox. If you look at the actual operating motor, it is a short pitch motion. It is a good example that a stepping motor can be applied because it repeats stopping and driving. This is a demonstration that applies the EtherCAT master of ACS in Israel. The 4-axis cantilever robot of Festo in Germany, the one axis of the EtherCAT standard type and the two axes of the all-in-one type that will be explained next. One of four axes is Festus motor integrated electronic actuator and was driven by Fastech EC Servo 2 EtherCAT drive. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. This demonstration shows synchronous control of 32 axes of EC Servo 2 EtherCAT using Germany Berghoff's EtherCAT Master. EtherCAT has a high communication speed, so even if the number of axes increases, synchronous control can be performed at a high speed. It depends on each master, but you can control the drive by connecting up to 65,535 axes with EtherCAT. The product names used in this demo are as follows. This demonstration shows that 14 axes of captive type linear stepping motor were synchronously controlled using EtherCAT Master of Japan Soft Motion and Robotics. Linear step is a product that combines a motor and a linear actuator. Linear step is a product capable of high precision position control by attaching a high resolution encoder to the motor with the actuator. The product names used in this demo are as follows. It is a work of art called Water's Journey that controls 192 axes of EC Servo 2 EtherCAT using the EtherCAT Master of Omron in Japan. The second product is EC Servo 2 EtherCAT Mini, a compact drive product. I will explain the combination model name of the motor and drive. In EC Servo 2 EC, EC means a product that uses the EtherCAT network, and MI stands for mini, which means a mini size driver product. Motor size, length, and encoder resolution. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Please refer to the catalog for details. EC Servo 2 EtherCAT Mini is an EtherCAT-based closed-loop stepping system product. You can save cost through space saving and wiring saving, in fact by using a compact drive. The application examples will be explained later. These contents are common to Fastech EtherCAT products. Unlike previous Fastech Mini type product, 56 and 60 mm size motors can also be used in combination, allowing a wider selection of motors. In fact, to explain space saving, wiring saving, and cost saving, I will show you a 7-axis robot as an example. In general, to operate 7 motors attached to a robot, 7 motor cables, 7 encoder cables are needed. There were also wire because a total of 14 cables had to be connected to the driver installed in the control box. In addition, a separate control box for the driver was required, taking up space. Next, I will tell you about wiring and space saving when a 7-axis robot is configured using a mini-type drive and an all-in-one type drive. First, the mini drive is compact and lightweight, so it can be mounted directly on the robot body. So, the mini drive can be mounted near the motor on the robot. Therefore, the distance between the robot and the drive is very short, so it is possible to wire the motor cable and encoder cable very short. For reference, the 5 all-in-one products used in this robot do not need to wire the motor and encoder cable because the drive is built into the back of the motor. Therefore, in case of using the mini drive and all-in-one type drive, a separate control box is not required. The only thing that is actually wired is an Ethernet cable from the EtherCAT master and a 24-volt power cable. In conclusion, since the cable wiring is reduced, there is a great effect of reducing the cost and preventing malfunction due to wiring. For reference, recently the size of smartphone-related equipment is small and there are many motors. So, wiring and space are becoming more important. The product names used in this demo are as follows. This is the part to which the mini-type drive is applied. This is the part where the all-in-one type product is applied. I will show you an enlarged part of the mini-type drive. The drive connected to the hollow shaft motor is attached directly to this part, and the drive applied to the gripper shaft is attached directly to this part. This is the part applied to the gripper axis. The encoder cable is connected like this, and the motor cable is connected like this. You can check that the cable wiring is short because the distance between the motor and the drive is close. This is the case applied to the hollow shaft axis. Like the gripper axis, you can see that the wiring length is short. The size of ET Servo 2 EtherCAT mini drive is 1/3 the size of the EtherCAT standard type drive. The size is similar to the size of a business card. Unlike existing mini type drives, as you can see, the drive can be mounted in the vertical and horizontal direction using screw mounting holes. The third product is ET Servo 2 EtherCAT 4X, an EtherCAT multi-axis drive product. In the drive model name, ET Servo 2 EC. EC means a product that uses an EtherCAT network, and 4X means a 4-axis product. You can select 3 or 4 axes. The size, length, and encoder resolution of the motor can be used in combination with a 4-axis drive are as follows. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Please refer to the catalog for details. Since Cartesian robots are generally 4-axis, ET Servo 2 EtherCAT 4X is optimal for driving Cartesian robots. In addition, 4 axes of EtherCAT drives are mounted in one case, reducing space and simplifying cable wiring. ET Servo 2 EtherCAT 4X is an EtherCAT-based 4-axis closed-loop stepping system product. 4-axis EtherCAT drive, in one case, can save space and simplify cabling. Application examples will be explained later. The effect of saving space and reducing wiring can result in cost saving. These contents are common to Fastech EtherCAT products. You can use a combination of motors of size from 20 mm to 60 mm. Compared to Fastech's standard product EasyServo 2 EtherCAT, the installation space of the drive is reduced by a half. If you see 4 standard products stocked on the left, it is 166 mm wide and 134 mm high. In the case of the EtherCAT 4-axis drive on the right, the wide of 100 mm and the height of 100.4 mm reduce the installation space by a half compared to installing 4 standard product. In addition, wiring is simpler because only one EtherCAT communication cable and 2 power cables are required for each drive. This demonstration consists of EtherCAT Master from Omron in Japan, 3-axis cantilever robot from IGUS in Germany, and Fastech EtherCAT multi-axis drive EasyServo 2 EtherCAT 3X. Wiring is more simplified than when using 3 single-axis drives. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. As you can see, the space occupied by the drive is reduced by using a multi-axis drive, and only one EtherCAT cable and one power cable are used. This demonstration consists of the EtherCAT Master of Omron in Japan and the 5-axis articulated robot called RoboRink of IGUS in Germany, and the gripper of GMT in Taiwan using one multi-axis drive, 2 single-axis drives, and 1 single axis of an integrated type product. The gripper is operated by force control with EtherCAT. You can see that 3 objects of different size are held and moved through force control. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. The fourth product is EasyServo 2 EtherCAT 8X, which is multi-axis product that will be released in the first quarter of 2021. In the drive model name, EasyServo 2 EC. EC means a product that uses an EtherCAT network, and 8X means 8-axis product. You can select 6 or 8 axes. The size, length, and encoder resolution of the motor that can be used in combination with an 8-axis drive are as follows. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Please refer to the catalog for details. EasyServo 2 EtherCAT 8X is optimal for driving Cartesian robot or articulate robot. In addition, 8 axes of EtherCAT drives are mounted in one case, reducing space and simplifying cable wiring. EasyServo 2 EtherCAT 8X is an EtherCAT-based 8-axis closed-loop stepping system product. 8-axis EtherCAT drive in one case can save space and simplify cabling. The effect of saving space and reducing wiring can result in cost savings. These contents are common to Fastech EtherCAT slave product. Unlike other Fastech products, Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT 8X drive can be combined absolute encoder motor. From 42mm to 60mm motor can be used with absolute encoder. You can use a combination of motor of size from 20mm to 60mm. 8-axis drives are mounted in one case, and Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT 8X drive size is same as Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT 4X. It can save space and simplify cabling. Compared to Fastech standard product Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT, the installation space of the drive is reduced by 1/5. If you see 8 standard products stocked on the left, it is 352mm wide and 134mm high. In the case of the EtherCAT 8-axis drive on the right, the wide of 100mm and the height of 100.4mm reduce the installation space by 1/5 compared to installing 8 standard products. In addition, wiring is simpler because only one EtherCAT communication cable and 2 power cables are required for each drive. The fifth product, Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT OR. It is an all-in-one product that combines an EtherCAT network with a motor, encoder, drive. I will explain the product model name. EC means a product that uses EtherCAT network, and all means an all-in-one product that combines motor, drive, and encoder. These are motor size, length, and encoder resolution. R means RJ45 connector type. Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT All has this motor size, length, and encoder resolution. There are two types of connectors, M connector and RJ45 connector. Gearbox and brake specifications are also available. Please refer to the catalog for details. Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT All is an all-in-one product that combines EtherCAT network with motor, encoder, drive. Since the drive is attached to the motor, there is no need to wire the motor and encoder cable, and there is no need for a separated control box for installing the drive. Saving space and reducing wiring can result in cost savings. It has features in common with other Fastech EtherCAT products mentioned before, and you can choose from two connector options, M and RJ45, and 4 motor sizes. This demonstration consists of the Delta robot from EGUS, Germany, 3 axes of Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT All, and 1 axis of Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT Mini. The color of the LED was controlled using Easy I/O EtherCAT, a digital I/O module that will be explained next. It is the characteristic of the stepping motor that generates the maximum force when stopped, so you can control the Delta robot without a gearbox. Since it is an all-in-one product with a motor and a drive, space is saved by not requiring a separate space for the drive. In addition, there is no need for a motor cable or an encoder cable, which saves wiring. The product names used in this demo are as follows. This is the M type and RJ45 type connectors. It is a product that combines the EtherCAT network with motor, encoder, and drive. EGUS robot and motor are connected without a gearbox. The sixth product is an open-loop stepping system product, Easy Step 2 EtherCAT. Step means a product line that operates in an open-loop stepping system without an encoder, and EC means EtherCAT. This is motor size and motor length. Brake can be combined from 42mm size motor. It has features in common with other Fastex closed-loop stepping system EtherCAT products mentioned before. The difference is that it is an open-loop stepping system without encoder, so when checking the current position, it is substituted with the command position. The seventh product is Easy Step 2 EtherCAT Mini, an open-loop stepping system mini-size drive product. Easy Step 2 ECMI means that it is a mini-type product that operates in an open-loop stepping system and uses the EtherCAT network. This is motor size and motor length. Brake can be combined from 42mm size motor. As mentioned in the previous case, you can achieve space saving and reduce wiring by using a mini-size drive. EtherCAT support features are the same as closed-loop stepping system product. Although it is a mini-type drive product, it is possible to combine up to 56 and 60mm size motors. The difference is that it is an open-loop stepping system without encoder, so when checking the current position, it is substituted with the command position. The eighth product is Easy Step 2 EtherCAT 4X, an upcoming EtherCAT multi-axis drive product. In the drive model name, Easy Step 2 EC, Step means open-loop type product, EC means a product that uses an EtherCAT network, and 4X means a 4-axis product. You can select 3 or 4 axes. The size, length of the motor that can be used in combination with a 4-axis drive are as follows. Brake can be combined from 42mm size motor. Please refer to the catalog for details. Since Cartesian robots are generally 4-axis, Easy Step 2 EtherCAT 4X is optimal for driving Cartesian robot. In addition, 4 axes of EtherCAT drives are mounted in one case, reducing space and simplifying cable wiring. Easy Step 2 EtherCAT 4X is EtherCAT-based 4-axis open-loop stepping system product. 4-axis EtherCAT drive in one case can save space and simplify cabling. The effect of saving space and reducing wiring can result in cost saving. These contents are common to Fastex EtherCAT slave product. You can use a combination of motors of size from 20mm to 60mm. The difference is that it is an open-loop stepping system without encoder, so when checking the current position, it is substituted with the command position. Lastly, the ninth product is the digital I/O module-based EtherCAT network, Easy I/O EtherCAT. I/O means I/O module, EC means EtherCAT, and I16O16N means NPN type product with input 16 channel and output 16 channel. E means a product that uses an Econ type connector. There are two options, 16 channel and 32 channel, and input-output alone or mixed selection is possible. For example, some products have 16 inputs and 16 outputs in one EGIO EtherCAT. There are NPN and PNP types, and there are so many options to choose as like this. there are two types of connector types, ECON and terminal block. It can be used by connecting sensor and so on. EasyIO EtherCAT is an EtherCAT-based digital I/O module. As mentioned before, there are ECON and terminal block connector types, and there are two options, 16-channel and 32-channel. It is possible to select input-output alone or mixed type. For each option, NPN type and PNP type can be selected. With digital I/O using photocoupler, the output current per channel is 200 mA. AD module and DA module are under development. This is an 8-axis ball demonstration applied with the EtherCAT total solution provided by Fasttek. 8-axis consists of 2 axes of all-in-one type products, 1 4-axis drive, 1 axis of standard type, 1 axis of mini type. EasyIO EtherCAT is also applied. The product names used in this demonstration are as follows. The 8 axes are connected in a daisy chain and controlled simultaneously by one master. So far, we have briefly described 9 types of Fastek's EtherCAT product. Here are 3 EtherCAT demonstrations that can be rented for customer testing. There are 3 types. This is 2-axis demonstration for testing Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT and Easy Step 2 EtherCAT. This is 5-axis demonstration with multi-axis drive called Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT 4X. All-in-one product called Easy Servo 2 EtherCAT All. Digital I/O module called the EasyIO EtherCAT. One hollow shaft motor called Easy Servo HS is also applied. The last one consists of 2 EasyIO EtherCAT. Each demonstration is wired so that you can test it by simply connecting it to the master you are using. This is a picture of EtherCAT 2-axis demonstration. The product used in this demonstration looks like this. Since I/O is wired, an external input-output test can be performed using the front panel button and LED. This is a picture of EtherCAT 5-axis demonstration. The product used in this demonstration looks like this. In the 5-axis demonstration, depending on the connector type of EtherCAT all products, there are RJ45 type and M type connector. This is a demonstration pictures of EasyIO EtherCAT. The product used in this demonstration looks like this. These demonstrations are available to rent. Please feel free to contact the Fasttek sales team. For more detailed information, catalogs, product manual, connection manuals with masters, and product video can be downloaded from the Fasttek website www.fasttek.co.kr. Also, if you search Fasttek on YouTube, you can see about more 100 product application videos. Thank you.